Yeah, I know. I was putting my son in his what? The controller had skipped when I put him down. I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all starting lineup like that.
그때보다 조금은 잃었어. 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 매번 넘어질 때마다 일어서 다시 고쳐졌지. 이력서는 무신 성공의 신바람. 잠시나마 벌어봤던 이 사람 한국도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람. 시기를 툭 시대 압박을 못 이긴.
Chicago, Illinois, home of the Bulls in a fine Eastern Conference battle at the United Center. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Hill is out there with Elvis. Then there's LaVoy Allen. And it's George.
How's my point guard doing all the way down there?
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Oh, you know what? I blocked it. It wasn't an inbound. That's
on defense, Indiana.
Pau Gasol was the #3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Mahinmi kicks to George. And he's off on his first shot of the game. Here's Butler. Great defense that time from Ellis.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Inside. And Rose throws it down hard.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Here's Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. And really a break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now here is Hill. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Both free throws good from Hill. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
And George, here we go.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Rose passes to Mirotic. Here's Butler. The Pacers pull it in.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
The score now all even. And it's 8 points for Paul George.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Outside Gasol. The offensive rebound. Gibson dishes to Rose. Gibson down low. Defended by Allen. And again, Chicago. No good.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Shoots from the baseline. And again, no good by Chicago. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Gasol kicks to Mirotic to stop the run. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lavoy Allen. That's his first foul. Here's Butler. He's got 6. Rose sends the screen for Butler. Outside Rose. Clock at 6. Paul George grabs the miss. Indiana leading. Ellis outside. Makes it off the glass. Ellis has got his first points in this one.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
And finished off by Gasol.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Ellis outside. Kicks to Mahinmi. And that one hits back iron.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now here's Rose. Butler attacking. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
There's the pick. And the basket by Hill.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him. Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Here's Gasol. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup. Solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, that actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Here's Rose. Gibson passes to Gasol. Rose kicks to Mirotic. The fadeaway. That's short off the rim.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And it's Ellis penetrating. Mahinmi dishes to George. The rebound by Gibson.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011.
Fofo, go take a shower.
Rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
And Young, here we go. Mahinmi gets to Allen. Indiana moving the ball around. Allen, a screen on Butler. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And Indiana making a change here. Miles is checked in.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off. I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Here's Ellis. And Gibson sends it back. In transition, here come the Bulls. And Butler gets it to go on the assist from Mirotic. 10 points for Butler.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And Young, here we go. Gasol with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Ellis. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Count that one. Ellis has got 8 points.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
So for the Bulls, Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. McDermott comes in for Mirotic. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. Then for the Pacers, Turner comes in for Mahimi. And it's Hill in for Paul George.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
What? I don't know, like 10:30. Wow. You tired?
Here's Gasol. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Gasol's got 6. Butler against Ellis. Pass to Hill. Back to Ellis. Pick up by Hill. He used that pick to get in close. 10 points for Monte Ellis.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Gasol. He has 6. Brooks for 3. Can't get it to go. Good defensive work there by Young. Pacers leading by 8. No one near Turner as he lets it go. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Here's Gasol. Stolen by Ellis. And here comes the break. Here's Miles. Right side Turner. Ellis outside. Pass to Young. To the inside. Turner. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Right side, Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Fade away. The Pacers pull it in.
It has not been an easy quarter for them, at least offensively speaking.
Miles, that's good.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And so here is Indiana. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
McDermott can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 11. That's good for Miles on the assist from Monte Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists now in this one. Brooks, the pass to Butler. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Indiana's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Now here's Ellis. 10 points for him. Pushing it up. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
That's his first personal foul.
Gasol with the steal. And with that one, the lead is tripled.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
Here's Young. It's deflected. Butler. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Pacers lead by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Chicago right now, Doug McDermott is out there with Portis. Then there's Tony Snell. Then there's Heinrich. And it's Noah in at the center, locking down the middle. Young dishes to Ellis. Shot clock at 6.
What?
Pass to Miles. Yes, and it's Ellis
what?
picking up the assist.
gonna
Miles
be here
has
in a
got
little
7 points. Bulls trail by 8. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
And Turner kicks to Ellis. Here's Hill. It's hauled in by the Bulls. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. The feed to Heinrich. From deep three-point range, can't get it to go. And Indiana will go the other way with it.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
Here's Portis. No good with the layup.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Here's Young. It's rebounded by Portis.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just one shot remaining.
And the foul on Monte Ellis. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Rose, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for...
Woo. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he
tired?
has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Robinson's checked in for Lavoy Allen. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
For my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And that one misses.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
Noah with a screen for Butler. Tries yet again. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Joakim Noah.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
There's a screen. And the pass to Robinson. To the paint. Stolen by Noah. Here's Butler. Finishes the break with a slam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Robinson's got the ball. And George, here we go. And that one is stuck right through.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish is right on time.
Well, they're passing to Portis. 14 feet away. George with the defensive effort.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
You ready?
Bulls trail by 6. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Noah. The kick out to Rose. Just 5 to shoot. Miss number 6 for him. He's made 2 of his 8 attempts. In the corner, it's Robinson. No one near him. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And it's an 8-point Pacer lead.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot. Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set. Ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Free throw, good, Rose. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up.
I tried to change my point guard. I changed the whole dang on team.
He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
Indiana shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
That free throw, no good. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago.
Some hang time on that rim, puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out. A bit over eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gasol's checked in. And a change for the Pacers. George is checked in. Here's McDermott. He's got 7. Outside Gasol. Rose kicks to McDermott. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 5th assist in this one.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
And the Pacers call time here.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Brooks checked in for McDermott.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
Outstanding foul shooting in this game, and that confidence can be infectious. They're taking care of business on the charity stripe.
And with Paul George going at the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
And you're right there, Clark, because anything less than lockdown defense on him is going to result in a triple.
Bulls trailed by 3. Outside, George. Stolen by Rose. Here's Butler. And Turner with the block. Now Miles. He's got 7. Young outside. In the corner, George with it. Outside for Miles. And George, here we go. Great D that time from Gibson.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Robinson dishes to Young. 5 to shoot. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got his second basket of the game. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Indiana. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long, Clark, as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean,
right.
You rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. In Indiana with the change here, too. Lavoy Allen's checked in for George.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
It's Gasol missing.
And with Powell, that 46-point game, he became the oldest player to get 45 points and 15 rebounds.
In transition, here come the Bulls. And Allen with the block. Down low. Here's Robinson. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense as was displayed right there.
Oh, wow.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Young's shot is off.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And slam dunk by Butler.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim. You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Bulls making a switch here. Rose is checked in. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Robinson for three. And it's Gasol with the rebound. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions, finally transferred to a major college, and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
.43 seconds left in the first half of the game. Shot's good from Young. And here's Rose. 8 points for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half. And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. Last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And Rose drops them both. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin. That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, and a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Bulls out front. They're up by 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Turn over the second chance points. That's all I'm concerned about. Let's stop that, fellas.
George having a fantastic game. He has 23 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something, because he looks a little faster today than normal.
On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George. Mahinmi is out there with Allen. Then there's Ellis. And it's Hill in at the point. From deep. The shot will not go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And Butler gets it to go on the assist from Gibson. 22 points for Butler.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Hill kicks to Ellis. There's the dish to Allen. They double him with Butler. Feeds it to George. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Ellis, the pass to Mahinmi. Pulls up on the elbow. Good. Mahinmi's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Rose dishes to Mirotic. Here's Gasol. It's rebounded by Indiana. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
The Bulls have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. That's on Monte Ellis. For Chicago, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. First free throw is good.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Indiana. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Another 3 for Chicago.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
The Bulls leading by 5. And it's Rose penetrating. And Mirotic kicks to Gasol. Butler from outside. The kick out to Rose. Another shot off the left rim and out.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain.
Yo, 3 is too high to be missing. Like,
in his choice making.
come on, man.
And it's Chase Budinger with the foul. That's his first foul. Rose goes in. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
Whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, but that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
It's been tough for them to try to slow down Gasol. 10 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
And whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
The Pacers making a switch here. Miles is checked in.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
George, no good.
Now that's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
On defense, the Bulls leading by 5. Dishes it to Miles. Pick up by Hill. 6 to shoot. The shot by George, wide open. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 7 points for the quarter.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Rose kicks to Butler. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession. Pacers have gone 7 of 11. A lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. Got a hand on it. Out to the right wing. And George, here we go. He feeds it to Mahimi. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Rose kicks to Mirotic. Shot from 12. It's Gasol missing. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Mahimi. Outside Hill. Here is Miles. 7 points in the game.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Hill kicks to Buddington. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Young's checked in for Hill. That'll be a 5-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Rose. And it's George finishing it off.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
And Miles kicks to Mahimi. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Mahimi's got 8 points here in this quarter.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And stolen by Mirotic. And the rejection by Mahimi. Here's Budinger. Off target from outside. Chicago's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for the Bulls.
Joakim Noah.
Indiana leading. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went, Clark, 15-26 on the year, and it crushed them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. And his absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
Mirotic, the best to Noah. Noah with a screen for Mirotic. Kept alive. Goes back up. And Gibson kicks to Mirotic. Pass to Noah. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That one on George.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. It's kind of strange.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Mirotic.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Noah with a screen on Young. And Brooks, here we go. The shot is off. Good defensive work there by Young.
They've been strong on the board. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. Out to Brooks. From deep. Again, the miss by Brooks.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with 2 saves.
You know, it's really quite amazing when you look at Chase Budinger. I mean, statistically, he was the same player last year as when he was a rookie across every category, even smaller categories like steals and blocks, almost identical output 5 seasons apart.
And going back to Chase Budinger, a terrific athlete with a plus shooting stroke. He definitely has some talent, but Greg, his inability to play consistent defense and his subpar ball handling have capped his career minutes at around 20 a game.
Yeah, and that's why he was a second-round pick way back when. I mean, scouts knew he was a somewhat talented player, but just not a complete.
For three, Heinrich. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Pacers making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Young dishes to Turner. Stolen by Noah. To the paint. Here's Heinrich. Kicks it to McDermott. Knocked away. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Robinson's got the ball. All by himself. 3-pointers. Snell. McDermott passes to Heinrich. Now the feed to Snell. And that one's good. Snell's got 5. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
Well, 8 lead changes, Kevin, so far as the teams are battling it out here in the third.
You can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
The Pacers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And that one falls for Robinson.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
And for the Pacers against the East, they actually played the rest of the conference, Greg, very well. Ended with a 28-24 record, Clark, against the East.
The only team, Kevin, in the East with a winning record against the rest of the conference not to make the playoffs. Only went 10-19 against the playoff teams in the conference.
Here's Snell. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Turner. And here we go with Allen running it up the court. Good. That's 12 points for Robinson.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Heinrich passes to Snell. .50 seconds left in the third. McDermott kicks to Snell. Bangs home the trifecta. Snell's got 6 points in the quarter.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Turner against Noah. The shot by Turner no good. Chicago trailing here. And finished off by McDermott. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Young outside. Here's Turner. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Pacers lead by 1. Well, in return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Heinrich with it. At small forward and power forward, it's McDermott and Gibson. Tony Snell is out there with Heinrich. And it's Bairstow in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. For 3, Heinrich. Indiana leading. 3-on-3. And Young kicks to Turner. Gibson with the steal. And now in transition is Heinrich. Here we go. And it's Gibson finishing it off. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
They get it back. Snell kicks to Gibson. The second chance effort. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And the Bulls lead by 3. And Young, here we go. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Off target with the open look. And there's the pass to Heinrich. Out to the wing. Turner with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Got that bucket in no time at all. Robinson's got it all tied up now for Indiana.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
They get a hand on it. Feeds it to Gibson. 3-pointers. Snell. Good.
Well, they've really put the extra effort in on the glass here.
Yeah, totally out-hustling their opponents. The coaching staff has to like this kind of effort.
Here's Robinson. The kick out to Hill. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
Boy, they have to make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Paul George comes in for Robinson. Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. And George Hill's subbed in for Young. Hill kicks to Mahinmi. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Mahinmi's got 10 points here in the second half. Rose kicks to Bairstow. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. From deep, George. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Here's Bairstow. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Two shots.
That free throw missing.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. And the Pacers also making a change. Robinson's checked in.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
How about the determination? Now that's what we call competing for a rebound. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
The kick out to Hill. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Robinson left side. They shoot again. Clock at 4. 20 feet out. Chicago grabs the miss. Butler on the way. He's guarded by Hill. Stolen by Robinson. He kicks it to Hill. Shoots the 3. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Rose attacking. That drops. And the Bulls lead by 2.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, all the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. Boy, that was a nice job.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
Chicago making some changes. Joakim Noah's checked in for Bairstow, and Mirotic subbed in for Taj Gibson. The Pacers also with a sub. Hill, he's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Hill, no good. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Butler. Boom, he jams it straight down. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Ball's knocked loose. In transition, here come the Bulls. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Pacers trailed by 3. Indiana moving it around. Wasted no time on that one. Bulls have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the 4th quarter. The dish to McDermott. Out to the right wing. Here's Mirotic. Hill pulls it in.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that.
And the Pacers call time here.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to set.
What? What?
Everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
5 on the clock. Hill has the open look. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Snell dishes to Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
And here's Hill for 3. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
Butler against Young. Pulls up from the corner. Another one falls for Chicago.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Noah with the block. Young outside. Here's Hill. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed it.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put in on a minute's limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
Chicago calls timeout.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference.
So for the Bulls, Heinrich comes in for Butler, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And really, guys, the most telling part of the Pacers' injury troubles was this. Had to use 15 different starting lineups over the course of the season. Just hard to stay consistent and competitive when you are always replacing an injured player in the lineup.
Here's Gasol. That's tipped. Three-pointer, Snell. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Are you kidding me?
Here's George. Rejected by Gasol.
Why did he throw the ball to him like that in the first place? Like, kidding me?
Look at the numbers for Mahimi. He has 15 rebounds and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed him.
Butler, he's checked in for Chicago. Rose comes in for Aaron Brooks. Mahimi hits them both. Outside Rose. This is Denoa. To the middle. Gasol. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. 14 points for Pau Gasol.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
4 on the shot clock.
Wow.
The shot by Mahimi, no good. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Three-pointer, Butler.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
And it's Rose missing.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter. And there's Joakim Noah on the assist by Rose.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Hey, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
They're in front by 1.
Oh, man.
In the 4th quarter. Puts it up off the inbound. And it's Butler missing.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication. Take a look here at what Miles has been doing. He has 11 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
And nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
Right side, Butler. No good. Ellis with some nice D. Indiana's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. And Miles kicks to Ellis. Six on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. T2 from Hill. Rebound by Rose. Down low. Snell. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence. Extreme confidence at the line. That's how you win close ones.
To the paint. George buries it.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George.
That cool? Oh, he ain't set back.
Rose passes to Butler. Noah the screen. Butler goes in. Tries to save it.
Wow.
Chicago will retain possession.
Are you kidding me? Y'all call that foul, but not the other one?
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
Yeah, he bricked one.
You would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
And so it's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
And the Pacers call time here. They're losing by 1. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most
Game winner. We'll talk about it later.
But still enough time left on the game clock to really run your normal set here.
So both teams making some changes here.
I need to know if they made that adjust. I need that. I need to see that. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So it's the Pacers now. And George kicks to Ellis. Back to George.
Nigga, you think I ain't gonna lock you up? This shit over with. This shit over with.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
That's a baby crying?
Bad. My fucking bad, y'all. I'm supposed to call a timeout, dog.
Guess what?
Fucking pass engine. That bitch threw it to Noah right there.
Yeah. I can't go to sleep. Now you can't go to sleep. I was just going to beep. But now I can't because my memory is a week.
Oh, shit.
I just have 2 more blocks and then we can fall off our house. I hate the spider webs. You have spider webs in your house? Oh, these spiders in my house, I have to wipe those spider webs. It's like there was no spider in my house.
What you want over there, man?